Who needs the writings of Michel de Nostradam, or Nostradamus as we know him?
Yes.
16th century French doctor and astronomer who left behind him his prophecies about what the world will bring us in the future.
Mm.
In verse, right? Even though a lot of people still believe in his messages. Who needs blind Vangelia, Gustanova, or Baba Vanga, the Bulgarian 20th century powerhouse of all things future, even though she never wrote down her visions? Her family translated them from her utterance.
Okay. Yeah.
No, you don't need anybody like these two aforementioned when you have Ebo Enoch or Ebo Enoch, a Ghanaian self-proclaimed prophet of all things godly. For sure, the end of the world was nigh. Well, the 25th of December to be exact, which made Ebo start to build an ark. He said that God told him that on Christmas Day this year, it was going to piss it down for 3 years non-stop and wipe out everything in its path.
Okay.
Of course, Mr. Enoch's message grew with the more publicity he got, and so he managed to broaden his scope to build 3 arks. And of course, seats on board were limited, so you had to pay.
Yeah. Good.
So when the 25th came round, Ebo Enoch prayed to God for guidance, for he was sore afraid. But God told him that he should fear not, as he was impressed by the quality of the prayers and also
Yeah.
the amounts of money drawn in the way of donations.
Mm.
God told him he wasn't going to make it rain on that day, but he should be nimble on his feet as he would get back in contact with him with another time scale.
Oh, right. Okay.
And so it came to pass that Enoch told his followers to have fun during Christmas and the New Year, and that he'll let them know which date the flood will take place once God gets back to him. As for the donation money, he was nimble on his feet, and he he light-footed it across to the local car dealership, and with a profit's profit, splashed out $86,000 from a new Mercedes-Benz motor car.
Oh, well, yeah. That's what you need. Yeah.
And just as Al Gore and Barack Obama, after prophesying about how rising tides would flood the earth as they signed deeds for seaside properties, did Ebo Enoch purchase a good which would serve no purpose for when the waters will rise? Anything in common?
Well, I suppose property, the values of things might drop. I don't know. You know. Yes. Okay. Well,
Don't you don't you think that all three are snake oil salesmen?
well, of course. Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm okay. With regards to Nostradamus, the quatrains, as they're known. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, admittedly, he wrote them. He put himself over a bowl of heated herbs. I've never found out what the herbs were. I've tried to do an online research and I've spoken to chemists and all that, and nobody can find out what herbs he apparently went over. But apparently, he went over a bowl of heated herbs. We'll try imagine. So,
But
uh,
he was a doctor, so he knew what he was doing.
yeah, yeah. What visions do I see? Yeah. I mean,
They
yeah.
weren't aspirin.
Actually, to be quite honest, he was quite a pioneering doctor as well. Some of his prescriptions and things. He was no fool, let's put it that way. And yeah, he was quite, yeah, quite forward thinking in what he prescribed, dietaries and things like this, and fighting plagues and things. So, yeah, as to everything, I mean, mystics, even in the Catholic Church, we've got mystics. You've got to remember part of my religion or my faith is based around superstition, people having visions of what might happen. And yeah, I do believe a lot of this, a lot of the prophecies from the old, if you like, the Old Testament do feed into the New Testament and things like this. So I can't dismiss anything. Yeah. Because I'd be a hypocrite if I did with my faith. And yeah, so um, but I will also choose whom I believe are the prophets of doom and who are the yeah. I would choose very wisely. Um,
Sure, it isn't Greta Thunberg.
well, she's got to figure out what a democracy is now, from what I've been seeing. That yeah, again, yeah, I'm trying to enjoy my life without thinking about dear old Greta. I think she's a yesterday person. She's had her 15 minutes. I just wish she'd accept it and enjoy the life that has been given her. Um, Go write books about it or something. Yeah, just shut up. Um, I believe in democracy, but she can have her say. I choose not to watch it. Um, yeah, it is a yeah, it's always interesting. I mean, yes, any person like this, um, in order to get people to follow you, you say quite sensational things. Um, People, for some reason, like a good doomsday scenario. I mean, disaster movies are the ones that still sell quite well today, and other things. Yeah, so people, for some reason, like this. Bad news. Bad news sells. Um, quite what this guy was up to. I mean, built arcs and all that. I mean, you have to respect his ingenuity and his way he did it. Um, Evidently quite charismatic. In fact, I hadn't even heard of him. He'd not come on my radar, not come on my internet feed at all. Um, yeah, it means that it probably had a limited scope. Um, but yeah, remembering, yeah, I mean, if you want to make money quickly, you create a religion. What'd you say to that, brother Steve? We
Yep,
could, yeah,
that's
uh,
right.
form a cult around yourself. Um, yeah, and say, yeah, I have seen the light, as it were. Yeah. Um, and yeah, people ask money. A fool is easily parted with their money. Yeah. Um, I think I mean, for me, I mean, looking at the news today, and I was showing a client this earlier today, I don't know about flooding. At this precise moment in our time, Iran has just declared war on the US, Europe, and Israel. Or said, full scale war.
Well, they said that they are still at war, which means that they didn't stop being at war.
Well, full scale, yeah. It said full scale war, I think was the actual phrase used.
As the Iranian people are revolting
Yeah,
because of the bad situation they find
yeah,
themselves
yeah,
economy wise.
exactly. Yeah. Um,
Then it's always got to say something.
yeah, and the the other thing is China moving nuclear missiles into strategic places, like fires missiles at Taiwan.
Yep.
Um, Again, I don't think a flood is really the top of my priority of a doomsday scenario, to be quite honest. I think we can look a bit closer to home of where death and destruction will occur. Um, One saving grace is probably Ukraine is getting quite close to I wouldn't say amicable agreement. It's getting quite close to a some sort of weird ceasefire. Um, but yes, my point being, I don't think we're going to have to look at destruction from old biblical texts to imagine where they're coming from. I think as a race, as a species now, we'll be quite capable of self-destruction anyway. Um, with regards to floods, of course, Noah wasn't the first story to come out about that. Um, Across ancient texts, and again, I can't remember off the top of my head them, but Mesopotamia's and others, there were stories of a great flood. Um, a lot of it, yeah, was probably borrowed stories. We know how it works. It was an oral
Probably
traditions.
talking about the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. There probably was a flood of
It,
some epic proportion that wiped out some
well,
places. Yeah,
it had a huge ice age, sir,
yeah.
on
Well,
this
yeah,
planet.
yeah.
But
Well,
when the ice melted, the water had to go somewhere.
mm, yeah. So, well, yeah. I mean, this is it about. Um, again, I'm probably get a bit shouted at about this about yeah, right, raising sea levels. It's not to say it's not happening, but yes, when glaciers melt, the water there's no more water on the earth than there's ever been at any time over the years. It's just yeah, it could be that we're at the end of our last ice age. Yeah,
If ice melts, water contracts, it doesn't expand.
yeah.
So if the ice above the level of the water melts, the
Mm,
sea level will go down. It won't go up.
mm.
Right. Um,
Yeah,
so
I think it's you talk about glaciers. It's water running from the glaciers into the sea, which may have an impact. The fact the stones that mark, yeah, I mean, erosion is different from yeah, water rising, but yeah, the stones that the water's actually gone down in certain places in the world, and I've not seen any evidence where it's actually gone up, like you say. But yeah, um, given that water finds its own level everywhere, but hey, I'm gonna
but
get
Mr. Enoch, at the end of the day, Mr. Enoch, he got a merc out of it, and he must have been planning this for a while because I imagine in Ghana there aren't that many Mercedes cars, new Mercedes cars, being sold. You might have to order one,
Mm.
and so I'm sure he ordered one.
I again, I've only just heard the story. I mean, I think it's amusing. I mean, it depends how much money individuals parted with. I mean, if you get 1 million people part with $1, you've made $1 million. Yeah,
Well, there was at least 86,000 of them. That's how much the car cost.
yeah. I mean, who are these people that donated, and yeah, who
There were
wanted it?
stories of guys moving up through some African countries
Yeah.
because they were worried about it. They didn't get his God called it off text speech, and he somewhere like Eritrea, and
Mm,
he went up to Ghana,
mm.
and he's destitute now because he didn't have enough money to get back home.
I was going to just suggest, can't they use one of the
Mr.
boats?
Enoch, Mr. Enoch, he could give him a lift, I suppose.
Yeah, I was going to say, have a bit of a cruise on me. Yeah, yeah. Let's test one. Let's see the seaworthiness of this boat I've built.
He didn't actually complete the arts. The only images I've got are the of the hulls without being just the framework of the hulls.
Oh dear.
So
It's just,
he was a little bit behind on that part.
well, that's probably why I got cancelled. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Good salesman. Certainly a good
Yeah.
salesman. You got to give him that. Yeah. Yeah. To be quite honest, just like I say, I mean, I don't believe Nostradamus actually made any money in his time from it. He was I think he was considered a bit of a mad eccentric in his by his contemporaries at the time as well. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, um, and others, like you say, others around. I mean, again, when it comes to people prophesizing things, I'm not totally dismissive because I have to believe that there will be messages at some point, or there are always messages from, yeah, God that come to light. It's just looking out and understanding and interpreting them. Um, I still think it's quite interesting that we were asked this question at a Catholic school. If Jesus came to earth today, who'd believe him?